All right, all right, all right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy. Welcome to Some Random Guy Speaks. I am your host, Tony G, and we are about to get started today. We're going to be doing, let me see, get a little comfortable here. All right. Yeah, there we go. We're going to be doing a topic here, and should non-born citizens, right, be allowed to be in our government? So should they be allowed in government? Should they? That's the big question, right? We're going to be doing this piece on Sri Tandadar, So welcome to the chat, though. Yeah. You know how I do. Yeah, we're gonna get some clowning in today, boy. Boy, we're going to get some clowning in today. I hope you guys are ready for another gut-busting laughter because, I said I'm going to get him, I got him before, but it's going to be pretty interesting, though, But I'm going to wait for some people to get into the chat. And, if anything, oh, boy. I tell you, boy, what man. Woo, man. So, yeah. So other than that, I'm going to wait for some people to come into the live and things. And if not, we're going to go ahead and get started and things, though. So therefore, many of you don't know who this person is. Unfortunately, I do, And I'm embarrassed because the way this guy, the way he looked alone, but more than just the way he looked, because he does look like a character off of Saturday Night Live or Living Color for some people that have been around in the 90s or Mad TV. He definitely does, though. This guy is a character, man. He really is, though. We're talking about Congressman Sri Tandadar, U.S. Representative of Michigan's 13th District. So this is a guy here that represents Detroit in the downriver area, unfortunately. So I do not know how in the hell did this guy become a congressman. Many people say I should be in Congress. I should be, right? I would do a way better job than this dude. You know what I'm saying? At least I'm from the area. At least I'm born in the United States. And I'll be representing the people, right? If I were to do this thing, though, this guy, it's amazing to me, though, ladies and gentlemen. This is a joke. What's this, though? This is a joke, man. Boy, bad toupee, bad skin. You can tell he had work done, too, I think he was born in 1955. He's been in his 70s, man, and doing this type of stuff, man. This guy here, it's amazing though, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still trying to make heads and tails with this thing, man. So you guys, I wouldn't expect for you guys to know who this guy is and things, but we're gonna run him down a little bit, and it goes into the point, right? Because I'm not a fan of these foreigners, right, that's getting in part of our government system, man. We already seen with Ilhan Umar and others, right? And we're going to get into it, though. We are going to get into it. Shall I get him? I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get him. I am. Yeah, man. Boy, I'm going to get him. Let me see here. Just me. Let me see here. If you're not an American citizen, you should have a government job, right? Okay, right? The USA needs to get rid of birthright citizenship and double citizenship. He was talking about how ICE agents are evil. I was going to get there, just me. You got way ahead of me, but it's all good. It's all good. I was going to get, and you're absolutely right. Yeah, because I was going to go ahead and do it. I sure was, you know. I was going to go ahead and do it as well, though. But you're absolutely correct, and we're going to get into it. That's why you see this up. This is you already watched it. I watched it, right? This is the Sean Hannity tree standard art. Sean Hannity, I couldn't do no better than me. I would have done the same thing. I love Sean Hannity journalism approach. He did not waffle. He didn't give him softball questions. He stuck to the facts, right? And you can see Sri trying to, he was trying to maneuver his way out, deflect. Oh, we're going to talk about Trump. We're going to talk about Trump. We're going to talk about Trump. Look at what Trump doing. We're going to ICE. No. So there it is, though. We're going to get into it, though, just me, man. I promise you. Boy, this guy here is a Saturday night live clown with the toupee going on, and obviously bad work, man. This is a hot mess. What the? This is a joke. You know what I'm saying? This is boy, I tell you, man, we're going to get there, though. I promise you we're going to get there. It's real. Jason says, if being born in this country doesn't make you a citizen, then how can you say black people are citizens? We ain't talking about Israel. We talking about this thing here. We ain't going to move one iota. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. By the way, Trump did write an executive order, you know, protecting the 14th Amendment, which was for ex-slaves, right? Right? Those slave babies, right? Because they had to do something with us after the abolishment of slavery. So what did they do, right? They had to include us in on the 14th Amendment, which doesn't apply for people that when you come over here, because like I said, some of us were already here. Everybody was just over here. I got Cherokee background, so, you know, we were all Aborigines. A lot of us were already here. I'm just going to address this nonsense real quick, then I'm going to get back on my point. We don't want them in the government, flat out, right? Because you've seen what happened, right? We do not need dual citizenship and things like that. We need people loyal to the United States, right? Now, look at it. Some people that's been in government. We got foreign people like Ted Cruz, right? Jennifer Granholm, right? Both of them are Canadian, right? But we need your allegiance here, right? And we already know. I'm going to get here on this clown, Sri Chandanadar. I'm going to roast him as well, too. I'm going to get there. In fact, let's go ahead and do it right now. And some people just have to catch up. I welcome people into the chat, though. We're going to have a wonderful time. You know how I do. And I'm going to get to clowning, right? And for the trolls, you know how I like to tease the trolls, too. I can't wait to that point. But, yeah, but other than that, let's go ahead and get into it. So, once again, a sorry, poor excuse for a man, as well as a congressman, as well as a Demo KKK rat, Sri Tanadar, the U.S. representative, right, for the Michigan 13th District, right, representing Detroit in the Downriver area. Boy, I tell you, boy, I tell you, man, let's go ahead and get into it, though. So, other than that, though, so let's go into it. I done already had my coffee, so this is why I'm a little hyped up. Rant about stuff that bugs me, amuse me, right? Or just for me to, just on my take on it. No experts here, no fancy degrees. It's just me in my basement, right? Right? So therefore, I would appreciate it if you guys haven't hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and do so, and let's go ahead and dive in on today's topic. Should we not allow foreigners to be part of our government, right? And this is a spicy one, and I mean in this country like the U.S., right? Even though it was built off of immigrants chasing the American dream. This hits close to home, right? But let's go ahead and unpack it, right? Is it about protecting national security? Or is it just an old school xenophobe, right? I've been hearing about, but we're going to share my take and throw in some history and maybe change my mind at the end. But we're going to see, right? So first off, right, what do we even mean by foreigners, right? Let's go ahead and talk about that. We are talking about non-citizens, right, straight up running for office, right, or immigrants who became citizens, right, but still have ties abroad. That's my biggest problem. In the U.S., the Constitution pretty clear. To be president, you got to be a natural-born citizen, at least 35 years old of age, and have lived here for 14 years for Congress. Naturalized citizens can run after a certain time, right? 7 years for the House and 9 for the Senate. So legally, we're already kind of a gatekeeping, right? This is exactly what it is. This is what's going on in the Constitution, right? But I thank you for the like too. I appreciate it. But the argument against letting foreigners in, right? National loyalty, baby, right? Imagine someone born in and say that Russia or China gets citizenship, right? Runs for office and boom, they make it a decision, right? On foreign policies. What if their old homeland pulls strings, right? This is what we call espionage, right? Thrillers are full of this stuff. Remember that Canadian-born Ted Cruz, as I mentioned earlier, running for president, he had to actually renounce or denounce his Canadian citizenship, right? To dodge the drama. Same thing with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Remember when he was a governor? Remember that? The Terminator, you know what I'm talking about. He's the only Arnold, right? I am Arnold. Get down in the chopper. You know, that guy, right? So Mr. Terminator himself wants to run for president, but nope. Austria birth certificate says otherwise, right? Thank God, right? Can you imagine Arnold, man, as actual president? I am the governor. I'm the president of the United States. Oh man, what the? Boy, I tell you. Woo, man. But on the pro side, all right, we're going to get there with tree. Let me just go and give a little history here. So on the pro side, it prevents, divided loyalties, governments handle classified information, wars, trade deals, right? You want leaders who only flag is the one that they're sworn to, right? Look at Somalia, right? Oh my goodness, right? Would y'all say that she wasn't even born here. She's a congresswoman, right? They got Somali flags from here to there, man. Look at all that. You can't go downtown, right, Minneapolis without seeing a Somali flag on top of stuff. Do you realize when people plant their flag, that's saying that I have conquered this area? And that's what the Somalis are saying to the locals there that been there, that was born there. You let an outsider come into America, right? And then plant flags all over the place. They set up businesses and shops. They're telling you already that Somali first. How many times Ilhan Umar said it, right? They're doing it over here in Dearborn, right? You got flags, Lebanese flags, Arab writing flags, all hanging up, Iraqi flags. How does that happen, right? I tell you, boy, you can't make this ish up. We got a Palestinian, right? Rashida Rashad, well, what's it? You know what I'm talking about, right? You got her, right? That Palestinian woman, right? And then you got two mayors, not one, but two of one, I believe, is Iraqi or whatever, and the other one is Lebanese. How does that happen? And these are mayors, right? See? So we have been infiltrated, right? And it's flat out, and I'm not afraid to say it because I'm not running for Congress, right? This is just my personal opinion, and many people may agree, right? What the, woo, boy, this is I mean, for real, though, it's not even a laughing matter in regards to this. This is really serious. I'm just putting a little humor in here, right? But this is serious, though, ladies and gentlemen. So, therefore, let's go ahead and go further into this, man, this nonsense. Man, I tell you, though. So, where was I? So we're talking about government handles classified information, wars, trade deals. You want leaders who only fly or only flag is the one that is sworn to, like America, as I said before. The only flag that should be flown is the American flag, man. Let's get it. Look at the history. During the Cold War, fear of Soviet spies were real. Today, cyber threats from everywhere. Why risk it, right? Why risk it? So hold up. This is fair. America is a melting pot. This is all what we were taught, right? Immigrants built this place from Alexander Hamilton, right? This is a guy, right, that was born as a Caribbean originally. He came over here to America. Look at Elon Musk, right? He's an influencer, right? Influencing policy without holding office, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and build a little bit of bias. I'm gonna build a little bit of balance on both, right? Naturalized citizen, swore an oath. I absolutely and entirely renounce, right? This is what he was said, and to abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, right? What's that? Protenate states or sovereignty, right? This heavy, right? They're all in one in the United States. Let me see. Hold on for a minute. Hold on for one moment, ladies and gentlemen, because we're gonna go down through there. Hold on for a minute. Hold on.
Potentate.
Yeah, there we go. So that's the word. Protonate. Okay. So here's the thing about it. Now, by looking at it, and I'm gonna say it here, what I'm making the point is about this here is that we have certain types of foreigners that do not assimilate into the American Constitution, American fabric, way of life. And unfortunately, we have people like Ilhan Umar, we have Sri Tanidar, and I'm gonna get there on his behind in a minute. Just give me a little time, right? Because anybody that, because of the left failed policies that have allowed foreigners, or I should say illegal immigrants, there's a big difference. Illegal immigrants or illegal aliens, I call them illegal aliens because that's what they really are. So illegal aliens, right, under the Biden administration, they were allowed to come over here, no vetting whatsoever, catch and release, and they came over here, right? Now, Ilhan Umar, she came over here, she had to marry her brother, right? Came over here 17-year-old from Somalia, right? Her father was a colonel and things. There was a genocide going on in Somalia back in 81, I do believe. So this the thing about it is that she came over here, she let you know is her love and her first is Somalia. You can like it, you can thumbs it down, but this is what she's saying. This ain't what I'm saying. This is what she said. Like I said before, all these flags. See, the Democrats, it's about division. The Demo KKK rats, right? They didn't stand with that bill that would protect Lake and Riley and that other girl, Jocelyn, you know what I'm talking about, right? And many others. There's so many of them that perish at the hands of the Democratic Party. Those women would have been here. I'm going to pull up the receipt with Sean Hannity when he did the interview with Sri Tanidar, and he told his you-know-what up, right? And then we're going to play it in a minute. Just give me some time. So, Somali now in Congress, or Sri Tanidar from India, right? Repping Michigan. And I hate that, man. Woo, man. He's terrible. Look, boy, I tell you. All right? So they know global issues, right? Firsthand, which makes the policies, in my opinion, right, is actually worse. Because none of them on the left, they didn't even call this woman, the parents of these girls and the other people, victims, they didn't even call them at all. They didn't even give them their condolences. This is why I say the party on the left is an evil, evil, evil organization because it's rooted in slavery, it's rooted in Jim Crow, it's rooted in redlining and so forth, and Jim Crow laws and all the other stuff, though. So this is their evil party. And they know they don't have no weapon. They don't have nothing to back this up. That's what they are. This is a very evil party, right? Look at them how far underwater. I looked at the rates, the ratings on these people. What is it, like 14%? I'm talking about the Democrats. As far as trying to win the midterm, as I said this before, they're not going to be able to do it. The voter rolls are being cleaned up. They're going down in flames, and I love it. But I said, let's go ahead and roast this clown, man. So we're going to go ahead and do it, you know. So therefore, let's go ahead and get to it here. So with Sri Tanidar, I said he's Michigan's 13th congressional district, right, which includes Detroit, downriver areas, right, as well as Grosse Pointe, which is a suburb of Detroit. He's a demo KKK rat. That's why I call it Democrats, you know. First elected back in 2022, right? And then he's been reelected ever since. That's why I say, boy, this guy here, man, we don't need to go in his background, you know, regards to that. I just want to give that information, right? Boy, I tell you, let's get into the scandals with this guy here. So Tanidar, right, has been involved in several high-profile political controversies, especially in the recent years, 2025, 2026. Rather than traditional personal scandals like corruption and misconduct, here's his summary of the main ones, right? When we talk about staff, office management issues back in 2023, 2024. Early in his congressional tenure, there were reports and accusations of toxic work environment in his office, high turnover, and criticism from former employees. Some local Detroit leaders and media outlets highlighted this as part of a challenge to his leadership style. So therefore, could all these people be wrong and Sri Tanidar could be right, or is it the opposite? Is it vice versa? What's the what? Thank you for the like. I appreciate it. So right here, his leadership is compromised. That means he has no leadership. He's not capable of leading people, right? Let alone other things. And we're going to get into it, ladies and gentlemen, because this is the fun part. I love cooking. Like I like the trolls. I love barbecue and the trolls too. So I can't wait to get to that part. So right? So hold on. Hold on for a minute. All right. Sinuses, you know. So self-promotion with taxpayers funds 2024, 2025, right? Investigations. For example, by the Detroit News, criticized him for spending hundreds of thousands of dollars in the Congressional Office Fund on TV ads, billboards, radio spots, and other promotions that heavily feature his own image, seen by critics excessive self-promotion promotion. I remember those billboards, man, looking at, I was wondering, who the hell is this guy? I didn't even know about this guy, right? Ahead of primaries on one of the poorest districts, right? This is this dude right here. I said, how? We have an Indian population, but not in Detroit. But he represents Wayne County and all this. I said I couldn't believe it. Boy, and y'all should be ashamed of yourselves here in Detroit, man. You should be ashamed, boy. Should be ashamed, right? Man, I tell you, man, should be ashamed. What we gonna do, boy? What we gonna do? Boy, I tell you, though, so where my thing at, man? Because, I mean, you know.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no. Right? So let's go ahead and go further into it, right? Oh, man. So the impeachment attempts, right? I remember last year when he filed multiple articles of impeachment against President Trump. Several articles in April 2025 later withdrawn under the party's pressure, right? Because he know that Tree would not be able to raise that money to get done, and the people just said it ain't even worth it. He got too much strong MAGA, right? Whatever the case may be, we know it wouldn't have been in his favor. Because all they would have had to do is just, like I'm doing right now, you can pull out you could look at, I'm just reading the receipts, but you guys can pull it up yourself, right? There's nowhere to hide when you into corruption and scandal and being a politician, right? As well as against other Trump administration officials like Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, right? And Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, right? These were criticized by fellow Democrats as rogue, right? Or politically motivated stunts, right? To boost his profile admin primary challenge, because that's what Shree was really trying to do. Nobody around the United States ever heard of this guy. He became world famous when he tried to attempt to impeach Trump. And I knew I smelled something, and it wasn't culture, you know. It was worse than curry smell, right? And this is exactly what it is, though. What the? Oh, man.
Oh, hell no.
Get him out of there, man. You know, out of there, right? So here it is. I'm going to show the receipt, but I'm going to say this. We're going to read it, and then I'm going to show you guys the receipt on the video. I'm almost there. He wanted to abolish ICE, right, Act and recent firestorm back in January 2006. Here, third failed attempt, right? So this is the biggest current controversy coming from this dude, right? Following a fatal shooting of a U.S. citizen, right? Now, we talking about Renee Nicole Good and mother of three, right? This is what he stands on, right? He said because of this woman, right, that died by her own actions, right? And things like that, because like I said, we already talked about that. But by ICE agent during the Enforcement Act in Minneapolis. Tandidar introduced the Abolish ICE Act, which is H.R. 7123, right, on January the 15th, 2026, to dismantle U.S. Immigration and Custom Enforcement entirely, calling it beyond reform and prioritizing excessive enforcement over due process. Now, we're going to go ahead and get on him, though, but this is basically what he said. Now, we're going to go and pull up the video in a minute. Just give me one. I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there, you know. But the thing about it is, I don't want to get to, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and play the video first, and then I'm going to come back with my thing. Hold on for a minute. Boy, I tell you. Boy, look at this, man. What the? Are you kidding me, man? Are you serious, y'all? I mean, are we? Yeah, I guess we're going to have to do it, man. He looked like a bad skit off of Saturday Night Live, man. I'm not kidding, man. When I first saw him up there on that billboard, man, oh man, he's actually looking worse looking than James Covell or whatever, man. Oh man, you can't even look at him at night. We gotta look at him at night. Can't look at him in the daytime. Woo, man, what the toupee going on and everything. Look at those what's that, microblading on those eyebrows? Are they painted on? What the? You can tell he had work, right? Oh man, I tell you, man, what the? We're just going to get into it. Boy, we're going to get to cooking. This is cooking barbecue with Tony Love. All right, let's go ahead and get it, y'all. So let's hear the words from Sean Hannity.
Democratic Congressman Sri Thanadar will join us before his time in politics. Congressman Thanadar had a lucrative career as an entrepreneur in the chemical industry after immigrating to the U.S. from India.
Hold on for a minute. You see over there on this right? Oh, man, look, you see Al Green, the congressman out of Texas, looking like a darn werewolf. Woo! That's what he looked like, man. You can kind of see his face there, the one they had to censor. Out there, they got some clowns on the left, don't they? Boy, I tell you.
No doubt that Thanadar is living the American dream, but for some reason, until recently, he was a card-carrying member of the Democratic Socialist Party, you know, the party that detests capitalism and our way of life. The group previously called for the U.S. Senate to be abolished and even wants to toss the U.S. Constitution and start all over again, tweeting, quote, how do we get a new Constitution? Will it take a revolution or, you know, to rewrite it?
This is why I said what I said earlier. You get these goddamn foreigners over here, right? And they want to talk about changing the Constitution. We ain't going to change ish over here, right? I want him out of here, right? And we going to vote him out. I want the people on the left. They're waking up. Y'all know what you got to do on the left to get him out of there, dog. Primary his ass, whatever you got to do to get his ass out of here. Because he does, when you don't stand by the Constitution, I'm not looking at you just sideways. I'm looking at you as an enemy to the United States. I've already read the Communist Manifesto. And on the left, everything that they've been doing with as far as the Communist Manifesto, they've been doing it on the left. The Democratic Party, once again, I accuse you, right, of espionage, right, with your provocateurs and saboteurs to trying to undermine the Constitution and to destroy America within by putting these clowns in office. It's not going to work because the jig is up. We know who you are, and we're going to get your ass out of here, right? And that's exactly what it is. So don't try to sit up here and try to paint these people as they being innocent when they're already posting their flags up, hoisting their flags up, telling you that we have conquered these particular cities. So get on out of here with that junk. Go ahead now.
The Constitution that Congressman Thanadar swore an oath to support and defend. But according to the congressman, it's President Trump that violated his oath just 3 months into Trump's second term. Yep, Thanadar filed articles of impeachment against the president over the deportation, get this, of suspected gang member, wife beater, illegal immigrant, Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Take a look.
In this country, we have presidents, not kings. That's not just misconduct, it's impeachable misconduct. This isn't leadership, it's tyranny. If we let this stand, we are saying the president is above the law, that the United States Constitution is optional. I won't be silent, and I'm calling on all my colleagues, Democrats, Republicans, and Independents, to stand up with me. Enough is enough. Donald J. Trump must be impeached.
This type of stuff. I had to actually read what he was saying because I didn't understand. I couldn't understand, you know. Donald Trump must be impeached, you know, once again because he does not stand up for democracy in America. You know, you can't make this stuff up, man. What? You really can't. It's a joke. We're the laughing stock here in Michigan because of this guy, right? And people like him. You hear this? Sri, go back to India and fix India. India got problems, man, from sanitation and everything else. Go back to India and be part of that. Go to South India, where you're from, Southern India, because we don't need commies over here, right? And you a commie. I'm basing it off of what you said, not about your race. It's about your actions against America. So therefore, boy, I sound like Stephen A. Smith, no, no. But this is exactly what it is, though, you know? So you should go back to India and fix India. Ilhan Umar, you should go back to Somalia and fix Somalia, right? And what's her name? Sharita, that chick over here in Detroit too, from Palestine. You should go back to Gaza and fix the relationships with your people over there. That's really what it is. Your people need y'all. We don't need you over here in the United States telling us what to do when your countries ain't even right. Ain't that about something? Boy, I tell you, man, let's go and play it.
Now, he also wants to impeach almost everyone else in the administration, but tonight he's moved on to a new target. Take a look.
ICE is totally out of control, and this week I intend to introduce a bill to abolish.
Well, y'all see that? Look at Al Green, not the singer. Well, over here on the right, man. What the? Boy, look at this. Looking like a damn werewolf with that long ponytail and that cane. Boy, look at him. Love and happiness, love and happiness. Boy, making Al Green, man. Your boy Al Green, boy, not the singer. Oh, man, boy. I tell you, let me go finish playing this, and I'll get to the comments.
We need to make ICE go away. We do not need the murderers. We do not need these paramilitary organizations, members on our street terrorizing U.S. citizens, terrorizing moms, terrorizing our children.
All right, just to recap, Thanadar wants to impeach Trump over the deportation of illegal immigrants, abolish immigration and customs enforcement, and to top it all off, he also voted against the bill mandating the deportation of illegal immigrants convicted of sex crimes. That's a bill that passed the House with bipartisan support. And despite dedicating so much time, effort, energy, publicly...
Did y'all see that? Hold on for a minute. Did you see that, right? I'm not making this up. Read what it says, right? Right? Look at this. Of the Dems who rejected deporting sex offenders, right? Voted out everyone, right? Vote out everyone. This is what it is, right? This is what it is. This is how their mind is, man. This is crazy right here, right? Everybody is saying it. Y'all people on the left are losing people by the thousands because ain't nobody in this room, and you mean to tell me, people on the left, you stand for having these, you know what, offenders, right? In America, right? You don't want them to be deported because we're talking about these illegal aliens that are doing this stuff, right? And we want them out of here, right? For all type of things. And ain't just this, right? Boy, I tell you, the hypocrisy gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Boy, I tell you.
Support. And despite dedicating so much time, effort, energy, publicly supporting illegal immigrants, well, Thanadar has made little to no effort ever mentioning any of the victims of criminal illegal aliens, including those Americans victimized in his own state. And anyway, here to respond, Michigan Congressman Sri Thanadar is with us. All right, just to be clear, the president's joint session speech when he honored the family of Laken Riley, murdered 24-year-old nursing student, murdered by an unvetted illegal immigrant, and honored little Jocelyn Nungary's family, brutally raped and murdered a 12-year-old girl. Did you stand? Did you give honor to that family that lost so much?
Look, Sean, thanks for having me.
I don't need the thanks. Did you stand or not? Did you stand to honor those families?
I did not stand because the president.
You sat on your ass.
I was just sick of the president.
So I want to be clear.
I did not.
You sat on your ass, and you wouldn't stand for families of that lost children a 12-year-old girl raped and murdered, and you couldn't stand for them because you were playing politics. Is that
He
right?
was
I
playing
want this audience
politics.
to
I
know.
would not stand for this president.
You
I
hear
would
this
not
shit?
stand for this president. He was
You
lying.
weren't
He
standing
was
for
boasting.
them. You were standing for the families that lost little girls that were murdered by the illegal immigrants that you want to remain in the country. Is that true or false?
Little boys too.
Look, this president was using a tragedy.
I'm not talking
such as
about it.
Riley's death.
What about those families?
See how
Have
you
you ever
evade?
picked
Look
up
at
the
this.
phone? Because there are
See, it's easy to go after these Democrats because they're not in. They used to asking questions. They're not used to answering questions, right? So therefore, we're gonna hold your feet to the flame. Every last Democrat that didn't stand, that was against getting these illegals out of here. We talking about these illegal aliens, right? That's under these particular headings of what the stuff that they have done, right? Because we talking about trafficking, we talking about the people that have been unalive and so forth. These are the people that we're talking about here, ladies and gentlemen. And what about these families, once again? These little girls and these little boys, right? That's being raped and everything else, right? This is the stuff that we're talking about here, right? And you're going to stay on the issue. Ain't going to be no more answering questions. We're going to deal with this. I want to know why you did not stand on this particular policy, right? This is the question today in this chat. See anything else? If I got my moderators in here, you know what to do. We're going to stand on this. And there ain't going to be no wiggling. I'm going to be worse than Sean Hannity, right? Because I want to know why, though none of those people on the left, they didn't reach out to their parents of their children that was unalive and raped. And I want to know why. I want to know why. And that's what we're going to get down to.
of Americans that have been murdered and raped and victims of violent crime. Have you ever spoken to any? Have you ever called them to offer your condolences?
Look at him. Look at him.
Name one family. Name one family.
He's scared to death. Look at him.
Look, every immigrant, everyone
Have
must
you ever
follow
called
American
them?
laws.
Have you ever picked up
Look,
a phone and called a victim's family?
Look, I talk to my constituents
Not a hard
all the
question.
time.
Not hard.
Yeah, I
Have
do.
you
I
ever
do.
picked up
And
your phone and called them? Have you done that one time?
Look, I talk with my constituents all the time. My constituents are being terrorized by ICE. ICE is
Have
on
you ever
streets
called an
The
American
answer is no.
family
The
that
answer
has
is
been
no.
a victim, murdered, raped,
No.
tortured by an illegal immigrant?
No.
Yes or no, Congressman? Did you ever
am
call
sure
them?
I have met people. I am
sure I have met people.
them
I'll
at the
take
Hill.
that as a no.
Hey guys, that's the backdrop of Detroit here. This is the Ambassador Bridge that connects into Detroit back into Canada, you know. So this is the Detroit River here. This is at night. You see our skyline. So yeah, this is Detroit on the backdrop of him. I'm talking about Shri Tanadar. Go ahead and play it on.
Right. You actually said this, and you know I could talk to you all night about the dumb stuff you say. You
I know,
voted
right?
against a bill mandating the deportation of illegal immigrants
He grinning.
convicted of sex crimes.
He's
Can you
grinning. He got
explain
a
that to
grin.
me?
He got a smile on his face.
Well, look, anybody who breaks U.S. laws, an immigrant that breaks U.S. laws, should be deported. Anyone that commits
That's not what you
heinous
said.
crimes should be deported.
Sir, you voted against a bill that mandated the deportation of illegals convicted of sex crimes. Do you regret that vote now?
No, I don't regret that vote. Look,
This is what we call a contradictory, right? For one moment, he didn't want to answer, obviously, right? Then he backtracked and said, well, yeah, they should be deported. And he's going to give some bullshit reason why he didn't do this, man. This is crazy, man.
no,
Get him out of here.
It's perfect. And many
What
times,
if it was your wife,
the
your
bill-
sister, your daughter that was raped? That's a sex.
That would have been my next question, too, like Sean Hannity. See, we think alike. Because I would have directed the question personally, just like I'm going to do in this room. I'm going to direct it personally. If your daughter, right, or your son got raped, right, would you be against the damn bill, right? That's what I'm going to get. I'm going to get personal now, right? Soon as this is over.
crime. You want that person to stay?
Look, there are multiple things in a bill. I
If
don't
it was
agree
your
with
wi-
every
I'm
See,
one.
see, look at this
sir, you
bullshit.
gotta answer the question. If your wife, your daughter, your girlfriend, mother was raped by an illegal immigrant, you voted against a bill that would deport these illegals convicted of sex crimes. You're perfectly fine if they stay in the country.
Sean, look, I serve in Congress. I don't think you ever
That's
served
what you
in
voted
Congress.
on, though, right?
Most of the bills. Look,
Evading the
vote for
question
that?
like they all do.
Why did you vote
There's not
for
a s-
that? Why would you allow?
Not too many Democrats are too smart, man. They just avoid or invade. Well, I'm gonna be asking questions, and that question still stands, though, right? Why didn't they vote on that bill? And those girls would have been alive today, boy. I tell you, this is what we're gonna do. That's gonna be the question today. It ain't gonna be nothing else but that question.
Sex crime convicts to stay in the country that entered the country illegally. Why would you vote for that?
it was not, the bill did not just include that issue. There were other things in the bill. And so I cannot pick and choose. I
Now he done messed up. Watch this.
have a veto where I can strike out
Wait for it. Wait for it.
one portion
So
of a bill.
you would have
So-
voted against it otherwise. What was the big provision that prevented you from kicking these people out of our
Look,
country?
I don't memorize. I vote on thousands
don't
of bills.
memorize.
Oh, you don't remember now, right? But he just said there was other things that he did not agree with along with the bill, right? So, once again, you lying sack of piece of shit. Get him out of here. That's all I got to say. Get him out of here. We don't have time for this Mickey Mouse type stuff, you know? So, his mission, like Ilhan, right? And Taliba Rashad and all the rest of them, Rashid, right? They all want these illegal criminals, aliens in this country, right? Because these are their constituents, right? These are the people they need. These are their foot soldiers. To go out here, grape, unalive, and other things. This is exactly what it is, right? This is what it is.
But look, I do believe that
You don't
such,
believe
criminals
nothing.
must be deported.
Well, you voted against it.
Right.
So obviously you don't.
Like I tell
got
you-
another question for
like
you.
I tell you-
In the first case
Yes.
in Minneapolis, where this woman accelerated her car at the ICE agent, that ICE agent was injured. Did you know that? Do you know what the injuries were?
Look, that
He doesn't
You know
even
what
know.
the injuries were.
He don't even
that's
know.
The only
I know
source
what
of
the
that
injury- everybody should know what the
information is
injuries are.
DHS, and DHS secretary lies. She lied to me on my face.
You're
in
accused.
my
So you're
committee
saying
hearing.
that the internal bleeding reports are lies. You don't believe them.
Christy Gnomes even came out over the Department of the DHS, right? She came out, right? And even said what it was, right? He said that they were liars, right? Sri Tandadar said that they were liars, right? And we're going to go into go under his background, right? We're going to already been exposed, but I'm going to say it again, of the stuff and the crimes that he has done, right? Let's go ahead and get it.
I've seen no evidence.
So you got
of
to
that.
be
It is
more
only
careful,
coming
boy.
from DHS.
When you start pointing fingers and throwing accusations, boy, your stuff better be clean, boy. And it's not with Sri, you know. Your stuff is not clean, Sri.
Yes,
You're a
Chris-
lawmaker. Do you believe in the rule of law and that a person's innocent until they're proven guilty, sir?
Absolutely, absolutely. But look,
Then why
what
did you
Christy
call
Noem
this
did was-
ICE agent, why did you call him a murderer? Because there was a
Well,
4,000-pound vehicle that was being driven right at him. Why did you call him a
Well, look,
murderer?
Look, lots of people saw that video. America saw that video.
Oh, so now he want to be selective and biased now, right? Everybody saw. I saw the video, right? Boy, only with the delusional, deranged, TDS type people like him. Y'all not gonna win. Y'all are not gonna win. You don't have the ear of the people in this country, right? And this is the nonsense right here. And I'm going to be doing this all the way up into the midterms. We're going to be clowning these people on the left because it's easy to do. This old wig, toupee wearing, bad skin, bad job. Boy, it's just jacked all up. Anything real under this dude, it's all phony and fake, right? Just like his story and his bullshit. Look at this.
You believe in due process. Why did you say he's a murderer?
Well,
Look at him.
her last words were, I have nothing against you, dude. She said,
I have nothing against you, dude. He can't answer the questions. You know why? You already know why. And he's exposed, though. We're going to get this clown out of here, man. We don't need you in Congress. And then hopefully you can go back to India, man. Because we don't need you, dude. Dude, we don't need you. Go back to India. Go now.
in a civil manner, this person pulled out
and
his
then
gun
accelerated
and shot her 4 times.
right at the officer. Clear as day. Can't miss it.
He was trying
you know what
to,
the problem is, Congressman?
He was trying to open the door. He was.
I'm going to tell you something. It's people like you and your rush to judgment and your language and you're defending, even his own wife called him a wife beater, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, your buddy. It's people like you that don't care about the American people.
Bam, just like that. It's people like you on the left that don't care about the American people. This is what this is about. And we are sick and tired of your lies and your bullshit, right? As I said yesterday, if Trump signs that for the Insurrection Act, that's going to be a lot of the people's asses there in Minneapolis. Why do you think the Tampon Tim balls to the walls, right? That's what I call him, right? His balls is to the wall, right? And that's exactly what's going on, right? Gotta say it without a straight face, can't do it. But his balls is to the wall, right? So he's going to sit in the National Guards now because to try to curtail the problem that him and his leadership have created on the left. They have created these insurgencies. It's their fault. It ain't Trump's fault. It's their fault. Their poor leadership and the hatred they have for America, right? You have been exposed for your lies that you have done against the American people, right? So therefore, you have to deal with it, right? Because if Trump was to enact or invoke the Insurrection Act, it's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. It's a wrap. So, like it is, we're going to finish playing this video, boy. I'm a little fiery today, huh?
Brave men and women. I was scrolling all of the victims of crime, and you never lifted a phone to call one victim,
not one
family. You call ICE agents murderers, and they're out there. They're putting their lives on the line. They are arresting murderers, rapists, cartel members, drug members, known terrorists, and you have zero appreciation. And now the threat level against them is up a whopping 8,000%, and I blame people like you for that. You incite them.
Well, look.
Yep, and this is exactly what it is. This is pretty much over now. But I just wanted to share with you guys the receipt, right, of this guy and many of them on the left. The so-called failed, poor leadership in this country while we have, because the majority of the people voted for Trump, 77 million people. We gave him a mandate. Who was involved? Who stood in the way? Who's causing these insurgencies? Because they guy didn't get in, or they say they woman, she didn't get in there. We all know who the woman is. Kamala Harris, right? Kamala. The hyena. Kamala. Or Kamala. They don't call it Kamala. You got to put a G on there, like Gandhi. Kamala. Right? This is who they want. They were mad that she didn't get in here, right? And it's been an insurgency ever since, right? It's there. Look at this.
I mean,
I was waiting for you to say it. Loved it.
you're like, how's she
Oh, man, boy, I tell you, you can't make this English. This is some real English stuff, boy. Boy, you can't make this up.
Your answer is part of the job.
Ooh, man.
So,
Okay, she don't need that.
I'm sure.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Pull out a Venn diagram.
Yeah, so again, ladies and gentlemen, this guy right here, right, that we're talking about, right? So he's on this, everything is politicized with the people on the left, right? Right? This is politicized. They've been using this story with Renee Nicole Good. They have politicized that story. I haven't seen a photo of George Floyd, right, and Renee Nicole Good interlock with each other, holding hands, looking at each other, right? I said to myself, what the, you know? They politicized George Floyd. They politicized Nicole, right? This is what they do, right? This is what they do. And they could try to create division to get you to be sympathetic with a woman that refused to obey what law enforcement say. Oh, they weren't trained real. Why? They all these type of nonsense and things as if they are the authority. And you know who I blame once again? It's they poor demo KKK broke back mountain broke down ass the party, right? They are the ones, right, that caused all this issue in the first place. This is the reason, right, of these insurgencies, and that's what they are. Because these are people that refuse to obey the law, and law and order will prevail. It will be restored, right? Because like I said, do you really want to smoke? Do you really want Trump? Do you really want this? Do you want the Insurgency Act? That's how you want it, because it's coming. So, you know, and we know that a lot of them on the left ain't really thinking with a full six-pack, you know. They're just not. Never been smart people anyway, right? They're just smart, dumb, right? Dummies, right? So this guy wanted to abolish ICE, right? The ICE Act, right? Along with other things, impeachment attempts. He done gave up on the Trump thing because it's MAGA tight. Trump ain't going nowhere. Pete Hegseth ain't going nowhere. Kristi Noem ain't going nowhere. Whoever you want ain't going nowhere. This ain't 2016. This ain't 2020. They even tried to do it then. You know, it ain't going to happen. The world is seeing the enemy in this country. I encourage you guys, once again, to go and pull up the Communist Manifesto, right? And it's going to be all there, man. It's there, right? All in black and white, man. Nobody got to make this stuff up. The Communist Manifesto, boy, I tell you. So, yeah, so that's why I say, let me see here. Hold on for a minute. Hold on for one moment. All right, let's go ahead on, and I hope everybody's having a good time. I'm going to get on those comments in a minute. I have not forgotten, right? So I have not forgotten. In fact, let me go ahead and take a peek and see who's commenting. Hold on for a minute. You know, and I appreciate you guys for showing up, though, too, man. And I appreciate the likes and stuff. Gamala. They don't say Kamala. No, and over there with the in India, they always say the, you know, the K's sound like G's. Do you want some Gandhi? Gandhi. You see, it ain't candy, you know, over there, you know. So let me see here. I got to scroll up, and then let me see the ones I'm going to get back to later. I'm going to go and mark them. That's what I love about this new format here. I'm going to mark that. And he was talking about, right? Yeah, talked about him on there. Hold on for a minute. Right. Israel, I addressed him. He ain't talking about the same old warmed over milk and stuff. And like I said for you, Israel, you're going to deal with the question I asked earlier, right? If you ain't going to deal with that, you may as well bounce, right? We're not going to move one iota today. And ain't going to be no other questions. I'm going to be doing a series of questions on the left. And I know you don't have an answer for it, and you can't take the heat. I'm going to have you just like a deflector shield on a starship. I'm going to have you trying to deflect left and right when I get finished with you, you know? Just Me says Native American nations had slavery, and blacks and whites are in other tribes, And I got Native, I'm actually indigenous because we was here before, like I said, from the beginning, right? So therefore, and I hear you. Paul says we should not. I think it's a conflict of interest in America. No, we should not. We should not allow them in our government at all. Because you're seeing what's happening. Their first love is going to be just like with Shri. His first love is India first, right? Ilhan Umar is going to be Somalia first, right? Taliba Rashad is going to be Palestine first. She said it many times, right? We're going to get them all out of here. Don't worry. We're going to get them all. We're going to get them deported. We're going to get they behind up on out of here, and we want them right back in their country. If you want to build, get in your own government. We don't need you in our government. You don't even respect the Constitution. I can't go any further. And when you don't respect the Constitution, it's like kind of having an enemy within. And they were trying to take this over, Muslim Brotherhood. They were doing this on purpose, right? They were doing this, right? So therefore, there it is. I don't have anything to say but give you a like. Okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, there's Howard. Yeah, got Howard in the house, boy. Howard, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Got Howard here. Let's see here. We got Mike Brown. Originally, I would have been okay with the naturalized politicians, but in practice, it seems it's a bad idea. Yeah, Mike, it's a bad idea, man. I'm trying to get caught up here on some of this stuff. It's a bad idea because you see what they're doing. They hold their countries. That's their first thing. Just like with look at the Chinese over here. It's still China first. Don't make no mistakes about it. We just ain't picking on these people, right? We're talking about neither of them, right? If you want to get in politics, go back in your country and fix over there. We don't need you over here. We already have what we call the Constitution. Founder and fathers that set this country up. We have that already. We don't need your help, right? We don't need you at all because you see what happened, right? This is exactly what it is. Let me see here. This and not gonna read that because she don't know what he or she don't know what they're talking about. Right already right there. We don't need no. Paul says I agree. Carnage of crust. Imagine actually being an American. Imagine actually being an American. It's great to be an American. Because people get sworn in all the time. We're not against that. When you come through the right path of citizenship, right? There's some wonderful things being American because you get a chance to vote in our process, right? You can partake in the Constitution. It protects we, the people. None of us on the MAGA is against that. But we're against when people have been coming over here and enriching themselves off of the backs of Americans like the Somalis and the rest of them been doing. That's where I have a problem with it. And I don't care who don't like it. You ain't going to change. You're not going to deflect. I'm the one that's in charge. I'm the head, you know what, in charge. You're going to answer my questions tonight, right? And that's exactly what it is. I'm asking the questions now, right? And you got to deal with this or get out. You got to deal with this, right? You're going to get this work, and I got all gloves off. You're going to get this work today, right? Just Me says one mayor is an illegal immigrant. And Jose Caballos was mayor of Coldwater, Kansas until 2025 and is facing deportation. Good. He's facing deportation. I'm not sympathetic. Good. That's what I'm talking about. Mike Brown says, yep. Assimilation restoration are a real problem for any culture. They did it before though, Mike. The Italians, right? The Irish, right? All the other groups in the early turn of the century, Ellis Island and everything, they wanted to be Americans, man. Set up shops, set up businesses. You know what I'm saying? So why is it that they can do it, but the people today don't do it? No, that's coming from the low-down left that's telling them, no, you don't have to assimilate. Keep your culture. We want you to language and everything. When you got a mayor speaking Somalian, man, I tell you, man, that right there, to me, is a slap in the American people's face, you know? Trump have already, right, have already officially said English is the official language of the United States of America. It's not Somalian. It's not Arabic, right? It's not Spanish. It's English, right? And you either going to learn English or get out. That's just how it is. We only want people in this country that can speak English. We want the best of you. We want your engineers, right? We want your doctors. We want people of high caliber that's going to assimilate into the fabric of American culture. Nothing else. We are not going to compromise. We are not going to back down. We have the leverage. Your ass is going to remain in Mexico. And I'm glad that Trump implemented that policy. When you are vetted, we can say hey, yay or nay, right? If you don't have any of these, so therefore you ain't taking jobs away from Americans, right? We want you paying into the tax system and everything else. You don't have the right to come over here, right, and milk the system like you used to, right? And that was a Democratic policy once again when they were allowed to come over here under Joe Biden, put them up in the Ritz-Carlton. And who was paying for that? The American taxpayer. That's why I say, ladies and gentlemen, I have a very good memory on these policies coming from the left, right? They don't have an answer for it. They're going to try to ask. They're not going to be able to deflect with me because I am laser point focused on the questions that I'm asking today, right? So this is what it is. Don't waste my time with this other BS. If you ain't going to answer my questions, get out. That's how that is, you know? Get out, right? So let me see here. Trump is blah, blah, blah. I ain't gonna read that. Yep, I ain't gonna read that. And I'm gonna tell you something though. Juicy body or whatever you are, whatever you go by, go back into the hole where you came from, right? Because already I can tell you got low IQ, one of these low IQ types of persons or whatever. You can't even debate me on your worst day, right? Let alone though, you can get, man, you're full of shit. Get the hell out of here, man. These are the people right here that I'm talking about. Because you notice he or she, they don't have an answer for what the questions I want. You see what I'm saying? That I'm asking, right? And we're going to need to hold their feet to the fucking flame, right? Thank you for the like, though. I appreciate it, right? Because they don't have no answers for this. All they can do is insult. And, baby, I've been doing this for a long time. You ain't can't insult me. I'm not one of these weaks. I got very thick skin, right? Even on my worst day, you ain't in the house though. You ain't even in my stratosphere. That's the thing about it, right? People rocking with me because we are Americans, right? Not the bullshit that you on. So get the F on out of here if you don't like what I'm saying, right? All this other stuff. You're the one always bringing up skin color. You can't even deal with what I'm talking about. Man, please. Just Me says, another illegal immigrant with an order to deport. I'm gonna go ahead and mark this. In fact, I'm gonna mark the ones, and then I'm gonna come back to them and stuff like that. That's all he got. That's all he could say, man. He wastes his time on the internet. He don't have nothing else to say. This is a low, ignorant type of person, man. I tell you, boy, this is sad, man. I'm going to get caught up a little bit, man. I ain't going to waste my time with him, but I am going to roast him. Wait till my roasting. I'm going to roast this person. Whoever he or she is, I'm going to roast his or her ass, and I do it very, very well. Hold on for a minute. I'm going to get that ass in a minute, right? I'm going to get that ass. Hold on for a minute. Well, stick around. I'm going to make you my bitch tonight, boy. I'm going to tell you, boy. We hope that you can handle the heat because I'm about to turn it up. But let me see here. I'm going to go ahead and mark this one, too. And let me go ahead and mark this one here. All right. Blah, blah, blah. They don't have no answers when they go to assaults. They waste their time on my channels, and channels like this, they won't deal with facts. It's all about their emotions. Deport Minnesota Islamic terrorist. Senator, I know Jackson. I like what Jacksonville Kid has to say. I'm going to go ahead and mark that one. Make Argentina great again. Trump and Americans and the Patriots are doing that. Argentinians are going to be our friends. Venezuelans are going to be our friends. and so forth. We're going to have a whole list of these Latin American countries that Trump is cleaning up. The Democrats had every opportunity of doing it, but nope, they did not. So therefore, every president or king should blah, 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 make this country. I'm going to go ahead and mark this. They're not saying people with big noses are up in the oxygen, blah, 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 global warming. With your fat ass, boy, you shouldn't even have no reason to talk, baby. With your big fat ass, though, you need to try losing some goddamn weight. You know what I'm saying? That's what you should be doing. You should get on that treadmill and work your ass out, though, you know? So always the fat bitches, boy. I tell you, man. I tell you, I'm going to get to roasting. I'm already starting to already. You know, you really want to ride this train, you know, because people in glass houses should not be throwing stones if you can't handle to stand the rain. Baby, I can. You can't. Because all I got to do is say Jenny Craig and everything else, though, too. You way bigger than me. You know, damn woman built to be bigger than me. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? Shit. Damn. I'm going to go ahead and read this. We got Deja back in the house. The dude with the bad hair doesn't even look human. I know, though, Deja, right? Democrats have no soul. They really don't. They come in this room with no soul. Fat and everything. Look at you. You all trim. You can see your collarbone. You can't even see that collarbone on that fat bitch. I don't know what you can see on that motherfucker, you know. I would get to roast it down. Wait, it's coming, though. You stick around, boy, you know. Because we already know, you know, with ugly people, they very, very insecure anyway, boy. They can't take it. They love throwing it out. But I'm the one that's going to go at you or whatever. I'm going to make her my poster child. Looking like a big fat bumblebee. One of those fat bumblebees, boy. Black and yellow, black and yellow. What the hell? I'm going to go ahead and mark her on there. Boy, I tell you, you know. Let me see. Let me go and put her right up on over here. Hey, look at this motherfucker here, boy. I tell you, boy, I say to myself, boy, boy, look at that. You should try getting on some damn Jenny Craig. Get your ass on that treadmill and work it out, boy, before you start throwing rocks in here. Because I ain't going to hold you up because you're a female. That's the problem, though. Because all the other black men, didn't have the balls to check your ass a long time ago about your weight. You should have been pulled away from the table when you hit 150 pounds, God damn it. You know what I'm saying? So what she talking about? Boy, I tell you, man, they come in my room, boy, thinking like she over here looking like a Don. She ain't looking like crap. Get the hell out of here. Yep, let me see, just me? Okay, I got that here. So I got a lot of y'all stuff marked so far where I can go back later, though, too. But yeah, so this guy here with this toupee, boy, look at this stuff here, boy. I tell you, this is something else, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this, boy. This is a bad toupee. He looks like something out of Saturday Night Live. Deja, when I first saw this dude, I couldn't even believe it. I didn't think this guy was even real. He just looked false and fake. Looked like one of those synthetic bots is what it is. I'm going to call him Mr. Synthetic Sri Tandadar. He's a synthetic bot, man. This guy ain't real, man. Look at that skin. It looks like some type of synthetic skin, man. Look at those eyes, man. Those little beady-ass eyes, right? Are you kidding me? And the bad toupee. Who in the hell, man, they was rocked to sleep. You know, that's because they had a D next to his name. You know how many blacks, they just said, we ain't got to show up and vote. We don't vote on policy. He just got a Democrat next to his name. He got a D next to his name. It's going to get him in here. He don't even represent their community, right? I'm not in their community, but I grew up in that community. They got him representing, man, this is terrible, man. Are you kidding me, man? What the? Boy, I tell you, Deja says none of the Democrats care about the people that the illegals kill. They don't. You're absolutely right, Deja. The Democrats don't care about the people, right, that the illegals kill at all. It's obvious, right? They don't have an answer. All they could do is come in my room, throw shade or whatever, or try to slick this, or just think they could come at me or whatever, and none of them even answer the question. I read a lot of the comments today. I read the comments offline. Yes, that's what I love about this format. And trust me, I read a lot of you guys' comments like yesterday, even some of the bad ones, you know. I sure did. Just Me says, Fantasy Island have several different remarks, but the best one was done with Khan in it. Yeah, you're right. This is exactly what it is, though, man. This is exactly. I remember Fantasy Island too, man. Yeah, what's his name? Ricardo Montalban. You know, the one that played Khan. You know, that was my I was tracky now. I'm right with you. I know what you're talking about, just me, you know. That was a great one, man. That was the Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan, you know. The Wrath of Khan, you know what I'm saying? Boy, I tell you, man. Yep, but yeah, I don't go into science fiction stuff, boy. But yeah, boy, I tell you, Deja says, I ignore liberals. They have no morals, only insults. You're absolutely right, because they think with their emotions. They don't have a plan. They can't even answer questions. You seen this? Look at Sri Tandidar. He was over here struggling. You know, one minute he says he didn't answer the question at all. And I love Sean Hannity, you know, on his journalism, and he held his feet to the flames. He's used to getting softball questions over there on the left. One thing I got to say, I got to give Sri some credit for going on Fox, right? And even dealing with this, though, because many of them on the left would not get in the hot seat with Sean Hannity. They won't do it, though. No, Brett Baer and all the rest of them, they're not going to go on there on Fox and deal with these guys, right? At all. Harris Faulkner, they're not going to deal with real serious journalists, right? And they won't deal with them. The left, the only one to deal, like what with Kamala did not want to be on, they don't want to smoke. They don't want to smoke, right? Boy, I tell you, boy, that damn hyena, you know. Hold on for a minute. I do it again, man. I got to do it again, man. Hold on for a minute. Boy, I tell y'all, man. Hello. Oh, boy.
They want to know
We're there after two.
Okay, I got that mark, too. Boy, I tell you, man.
brown brush. I mean,
I was waiting for you to say it.
Well, I tell y'all, boy. But this is what we're dealing with.
I said, you in the
This is what we're dealing
You
with.
may clap.
And your answer is part of the job.
Boy, I tell y'all, man.
So,
Yeah.
okay, we don't need that.
I'm sure.
Yeah, this is exactly what we're dealing with.
Okay. You're welcome.
All right, enough of that. Enough. All right, so, yeah, so other than that, yeah, so this is this guy here, Sri. For those that don't know, it's almost, you kind of got to know who these people are, right? You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, because they represent, and there are many, this guy right here is the problem, ladies and gentlemen. Sri and people like him, Al Green, Jasmine Hood, Rat Crockett. These are the people that are the problem. They are the problem. These are the people, right? I mean, all the way up from Nancy Pelosi, right? Hillary Clinton, and all the rest of them, right? They are the problem, right? When they said that democracy was under attack, right? Because this goes hand in hand. This is why these people and these foreigners repeating the same old thing, you know? So with Sri, let's go ahead and go back to, and I said this earlier with Sri Tandidar, you know? And let me see here. Hold on for a minute. Yep. Let me see here. Should I go into that? Should I go into this right now? I may save that for another day with this Karl Marxist BS type stuff, you know. So the thing about it is simply this, though, ladies and gentlemen. When we talk about the communists and things like that, their aim is to abolish private property, right? This is one of the reasons why you hear them say that they don't want any people here in America to own homes, right? Like we used to. They want to say that corporations will be in control and we just will be living here, right? We'll love to rent, but never to own, right? This is an attack on our freedom and liberty right here. This is what many communists, because this socialism stuff, they easing this out first. This is the Mondummy stuff that he's talking about, right? So when we're talking about abolishing private property, right? We're talking about factories and land. They want to turn it all over to what we call state funded, state controlled, big government. People on the left love big government, right? They love socialist programs, right? When we're talking about stuff like with these Welfare Act and all this other stuff, this was really the overplay for the underlay for the overplay. This is exactly what it is, you know? So where it says key goals, a classless society where the free development of each is conditioned for free development of all. Everybody free. No businesses. Attack capitalism. We don't want free enterprise. We don't want people to come up with an invention and take their product where they can be rich as well, because the super outrageously rich do not like competition, right? And we are seeing it, ladies and gentlemen. This was the thing. When they say Biden created these wonderful jobs, 87,000 agents, right, for the IRS, he was creating jobs for the government, not in the private sector, right? This is what causes massive inflation, right? We're talking about job ratings. The percentages go up the roof. He wasn't hiring in the private sector. He was attacking the private sector to push ultimately what we call communism. And this is exactly what it is, though, you know? In order for them, they can't push it right away. They've been sneaking it all these years with socialist programs and things, you know? And this is what these people are, right? Because we know communism, socialism, it's all the same old stuff, man. It's all the same old Linux out of Russia, you know what I'm saying? Marxism and all this stuff. This is where all this stuff is coming from, ladies and gentlemen. And there's many, many more of this stuff, right? But on some of my notes, you know what I'm saying, when we're talking about these particular parties and things like that, you know, but if we were to go into it, the origin of the Communist Manifesto, which was originated back in 1848, the German edition, right? It didn't start in Germany, it started in Russia. But I'm just saying, you know, let me go back and hear what you guys have to say and things, but this is what it is. This is why we have to be careful with this thing, man, because we already know, right? Let me see here. Let me catch up on some of this. Trump isn't the problem. You're absolutely right. Trump is not the problem. The problem is leftist idealists, this idealist type of thinking, right? They all going hand in hand with each other, where they convince the minority groups that the majority people are the problem. I'm talking about, talking about rich people, right? When the Dems on the left can convince the poor that rich white conservatives on the Republican side is the problem. In order to get rid of the problem, you got to get rid of them, and then the solution is solved. This is where they're coming from, right? Let me see here. Trump is the best president in the last 20 years. I wouldn't even go even further than that. He's the greatest president we had in a very long time, because this president here is getting ish done, you know? I mean, and this is why they hate him so much. Trump has been crippling their system, their society, man. He's been taking the money, cutting it off, cutting the sprickets off, so that way they can't be funding and do any more harm to the American people, let alone anywhere else. Just Me says Biden has the most homeless and the most car repos. He really has. There's a lot of people that have lost their vehicles and stuff and everything because they kept bleeding the people. High, inflation and everything, and the tax, and we start looking at it, right? We're talking about the percentages, the high percentages on the taxes and things like that. I mean, you know, this is just bad, man. This is real bad. The Democrat politicians are the problem. They really are, right? Let me see here. Right, man. Let me see here. Stupid, pardon him and his family. Yes, he's stupid. Got pardoned. Let's see here. Dems don't like ICE because they are deporting their voters. That's correct, though, Paul. Democrats depend on the illegals. Facts. That's true. That's absolutely correct, man. That's absolutely correct, man. This is exactly where we are with this thing, man. I'm remembering you from yesterday, too, man. Welcome back. Let me see here. We had German Let me see here. I'm just gonna call you that. Hi from Arizona, uneducated Trump. Oh my goodness, I thought he had something good to say. Oh man. Deja says Democrats are openly racist to white people. They are hypocrites. They really are, because you hear it in Ilhan Umar message, right? She's always attacking whites. It's like being a white person is considered, they look at white nationalism, pride for their country, as a banner of neo-Nazism, right? Well, what that make me, if I'm a Christian and I love this country just like the white man do, so what that make me? So if that make him so what that makes me, right? So here it is though. This is the lie that was fed, right? And things. So yeah, it's really jacked up, man, you know. But the great pushback, and this was the thing with what's his name? I'm already forgetting it already. This is damn shame. Charlie Kirk. Damn it. So with Charlie Kirk, he was pushing back on this stuff, man. Because he's Jesus Christ. He believed in it, Christian and everything, man. Restoring Christian values back to America. Trump has been doing it as well too. You know, this country was founded on Judeo-Christian values and stuff, and it's not going to go away. Paul says exactly. Deja says they call me a Nazi. It doesn't make sense. You're right about that, though. I understand that. It just doesn't make any sense at all, though, you know. But I've been called, with me, they don't call me a Nazi. They call me a bootlicky, Uncle Tom, Sambo. What's the other one? Uncle Ruckus. Y'all saw that yesterday, you know. So that's the thing about it. But let me deal with this juicy person right here, man. See, this is the ignorance. They don't have anything though, right? This is the problem right here, guys. This is the problem right here. The problem is that her hatred towards Trump and anybody that support him, she don't know any of Trump's policies whatsoever. The only policies that she want to digest, he or she, is on the left. That's it. That's the only policies that they adhere to, which is sad. That's called a think tank. What you doing over here in my channel? Shouldn't you be on the echo chamber, right? She got over here, shut the fuck up. Hold on for a minute. Now I can clown now. Hold on for a minute. Oh, don't cry, Juicy. Juicy, don't cry. Oh, you upset, Juicy? Oh, you upset because big bad Trump, you know, yeah, I understand. I'm gonna get you some McDonald's. You want some McDonald's, Juicy? Yeah, you want some McDonald's, huh? You upset because of Trump? You keep posting the same thing, which you're about to get yourself booted out of here, because how many times you gonna spam that? Do you have any other thing that you, look at her, she's still spamming. Look at her, thinking she's getting under my nerves. Actually, I'm gonna allow you here because I'm gonna clown you. Here we go. Oh, look at Juicy, boy. Boy, you ain't juicy. You very sour, though, you know, like a little big baby. Oh, you know, I'm afraid that I'm gonna do this. Hold on for a minute. Let me do this right. I'm gonna do Palpatine here. This is a Star Wars reference. Those that know already know. I'm afraid that the Death Star will be quite operational, and it really will do too. You know. You know, you want to try to paint Trump as Senator Palpatine, huh? Is that what it is, huh? Is that what you're trying to do? She trying to come in here thinking he or she being disruptive. Huh? That's what you're doing? Are we going to do this? Right? Are you sure you can do this? That's all the person can do is just spam. That's all you can do. See right here, they tell on themselves. Am I threatened by it? No. This is all they got. This is all they got, though, you know? Look at this. Hot and bothered, boy. I'm going to find out who you are, though. Let me ask you this. Do you have your own, do you have your own channel? Obviously. Do you go live or something? I'm just curious though, right? You're losing your mind. I'm afraid that the Death Star will be quite operational. Paul got that reference. Paul, you got that reference. Deja, I'm sorry if you didn't catch that reference. This is from Star Wars, though, you know. Senator Palpatine, you know. Juicy is ignorant. I know, yeah, Juicy is ignorant, you know. We know that. You know, they come in here many of times, you know. I tell you, though. Yeah, she's, there's something wrong with her, though, you know. She's another one of these black disgruntled ass women. Probably ain't married either, though, you know. Just used to thinking that she can just bully her way anywhere she go. But you ain't gonna bully your way over here, because I done dealt with many of these hyenas that come in here, these old buffaloes that come in here without no control or whatever. But I'm the tamer. I tame that ass. That's for sure, though, you know. Put a damn leash around that damn neck and break her ass in like those damn black stallions, though. Put a fucking whooping on your ass, though, and things like that. That's what I want to do, you know. Oh, hell no. You think you going to run willy-nilly over here? You better think again, you know. You better ask about me. I'm over here in Detroit. Where the hell are you at? Bricktown, baby. You know what I'm saying? Where your ass is at? You over here on the internet acting a damn fool, you know. You got many people over here watching you be a fool. Give me a moment, guys. I'm just going to cook in her real quick, and I'll get back on my program and stuff like that. But they come in here all the time with this bullshit, you know. And that's the thing about it. It's just straight like this, though. She's the one in her feelings. It's obvious, right? She ain't putting up no emoji smiles. I'm smiling. She's upset because most of them are insecure, especially black women. A lot of them are insecure. They can't handle the truth. You know, I ain't say all of them, but there's ones that come in here. You talk about their weight, you go at them about their looks, they start acting the damn fool. I can pull up a whole bunch of receipts and stuff. They can't even follow the law when the police is asking for simple instructions, right? They act the damn fool. They just can't help it. It's like they love attention. Attention whores. They love attention, right? Why is it that when I get pulled over for a routine traffic stop, if I get a ticket, I get a ticket. Damn, I was like, a ticket, it's like against the world. Oh my gosh, it's a great conspiracy. Oh my fucking God. Oh man. Well, let me see here. Travis, what's this guy talking about? Here it is. Here she goes. Shut. You know I'm getting under her skin because she keeps saying this. Shut the fuck up. That's why I say it's easy to go after them. Boy, I tell you though, I'm having a great time. No, you ain't smiling. You know you hurt. You know you hurt by my words and stuff like that. Like many of them are. You know, I'm proud. A black conservative. I'm proud that you are because I've been a black conservative. It's just this black trash over here that they can come in here and be disruptive on my channel. Let me see here. If you're not born on American soil, can you turn this soil? Amen. Let's see here. I'm not for sure about that one. You got Paul in here, Detroit. Do you used to? Let me see. Just me says Detroit. Do you use the people mover? I never been on the people mover in my life, man, to be honest. But I said one of these days I am going to get on here. Travis says drama queens. Yeah, you're right, man. All they know how to do is be drama queens. Though when they ain't getting no attention, especially black women, they ain't getting no attention, man. They show up to show out, boy. You know, can't be around them, man, at all, man. Any functions that's dealing with a lot of them, I make sure I go the other way, boy. I tell you, you can't even. Woo, man. Oh my gosh, who's staking up the place? Boy, I tell you. Deja says, that's right, Paul. Let me see here. Fort Lauderdale says, MAGA don't like you, girl. Yeah. They don't like no strong black man that has his own mind and opinion. You know, they used to dealing with those soy boys that they can control, man, you know. And here it is. You are a bitch, queen. Well, man, boy, I'm like close to my evil laugh, man. Boy, I just love clowning her. Boy, look at this, boy. Boy, she's just making a fool out of herself tonight, isn't she? On a Saturday night. What's wrong? You ain't got no date? You ain't got nobody holding your hand, making plans, or is it just you and your babies, right? You about to go out to dinner? What is it going to be, Starbucks? No, in this case, that's too expensive and stuff. So what is it? You going to go ahead and get yourself some fish sticks, you know what I'm saying, and some Fago or some soda pop, I get it, you know what I'm saying, you know. I've been there before twice in my life or whatever, right? But if you had it going on, you'll be out here getting ready for a date. You'll be getting yourself all dialed all up. You'll have guys up the wazoo want to take your big ass out. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Boy, I tell you, boy, water buffaloes, hyenas, boy, I tell you, I've seen them all, boy. Woo, boy, those big hippopotamuses, man, oh my goodness, man, what the, woo, man, I tell you, boy, man, it's something else, boy, oh, man, boy, I tell you. Oh, man. Let me get back on my program. So, other than that, though, say, yeah, that's enough. We done gave her enough shine for the day. And let me see here. So, yeah, so other than that, it ain't going to change with people like them. It ain't just her either. But it just isn't going to change, ladies and gentlemen. It just isn't going to change. And I'm not trying to change them, you know. One day, just one day, you know, something could happen where they may just say, you know, I got a thought, but it takes some time. All grass don't grow at the same level, you know. So here it is. So he wanted to abolish. I'm talking about Sri Tandadar. He wanted to abolish ICE, right? The ICE Act and recent firestorm. He wanted to do this back in January, right? So we're talking about the ICE Act, the HR 7123. This is what Sri was trying to implement or enact back in January 15, 2026, right? To dismantle the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement entirely, calling it beyond reform and prioritizing aggressive enforcement over due process, right? So this is what sparked a massive backlash, right? Especially from conservatives, right? So online attacks included racist, right? Xenophobic, right? Comments targeting his Indian heritage, right? MAGA went after this guy hardcore, boy. So they say, you know. There could have been others too. I don't think this was a MAGA thing. I think these were just people that just got fed up, you know, just in general, you know what I mean? So they were saying stuff like, go back to Mumbai, you know, which is basically Bombay, you know. You know, they were saying, go back to Mumbai, you know. And so you already saw the one with the heated interview with Sean Hannity. That wasn't much of an interview. But he was basically defaming ICE, you know, agents, you know, calling them murderers and stuff. And he didn't stand with them. He's actually for illegal immigration, illegal aliens, right? He championed for the murder, right, of not only the ICE agents, but people in this country. What we could say, Jocelyn and Laken Riley, you know, and others, they could have been around today because of their failed policies is coming from the left once again. These people have to, and once we take the midterms, it's going to be a wrap. We're going to have total control of the House and Senate. And these people on the left, when you see them in this room, I'm gonna do a celebration special live stream on this where they're going to go absolutely crazy. And when we lock up Obama and throw his ass in prison, they're going to lose their shit, boy, for real, for real. I'm looking for the day we get that big ear galoot, you know. I'm telling y'all, you know. I like to say to all my fellow constituents, hello, Chicago, you know. This guy, you know, Hillary, Michelle, oh man. Boy, I tell you, man. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I talk through my nose. For shizzle, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but that's basically what it is, though, guys, you know? So I encourage you to check out if you go back and listen to it again and for things that you may not have picked up, because I went down there in detail about this guy. We talked about the scandals and controversies and things like that with Sri, toupee wearing, bad skin. Look at this stuff, boy. Boy, I tell you though, man. Oh man, when I said before, man, I first saw this guy, man. I couldn't believe it, man. Oh my goodness, boy, look at this though. I had to use somewhat of a better. I was hard trying to find a good picture of this guy. I didn't want to. I mean, you know, it was just hard, man. I tell you, boy, it just every picture looked like a bad toupee, man. Damn, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, but I got a full set of hair on the top of my head, though. Can't say the same for this guy, you know what I'm saying? He may be totally bald. He may have some hair on the side. I'll say that much. He may have some of that donut hair, you know? I tell you, boy, what the hell? It ain't no good, boy. No good. So, yeah. But, yeah, so therefore, Ilhan Umar, right? I tell you, boy, I'm looking for the day when she get her ass deported. And it's going to happen, though, ladies and gentlemen. Just give it time. You know, Trump is the man with the master plan, you know. When you bet on Trump, you always win. When you go against Trump, you lose, you know. You lose. It's just how it is, though, you know. It's just how it is. Yeah, it look like I can't even get rid of her, boy. She in love with me. Look at all her spamming. She want my attention so bad, y'all. Look at this, though. This is what we get. Listen, I don't want you. I don't want to date you. Just leave Tony Tone alone. Even though I got much love for everybody, but it just remind me of going on a bad date where she just won't stop calling. This is the type of insanity that I'm talking about, man. Most people will move on. I'm not going to be on people's channel trying to constantly get my attention, man. You can just tell, though, man. You want my attention that bad. Boy, I tell you, boy, looking like a damn bumblebee, boy. Look at you all in that yellow, boy. Looking like, who is it, Queen Latifah or Shahrazad Ali? Which one is it? You know, UNITY, that's a unity. You know, boy, the black man's guide in understanding the black woman, or is it the black woman's guide in understanding the black man? Boy, Sister Shahrazad, Sister Soldier is up here in the house tonight. Boy, I tell you, man. Deja says that hairpiece is diabolical. Yeah, is it alive or is it dead? You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to know. Is that hairpiece alive or is it dead? I thought I saw it move. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, is it a raccoon? What is it? Is it a possum on his head? Boy, I tell you, what the hell, you know, is going on, boy? What's going on, boy? Miss Bumblebee, boy, still trying to fight for my attention, boy. I tell you, boy. Travis says Moesha. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, You know what? For you to even call her Moesha, is that, boy, I tell you, that's giving her too much respect, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Because we already know Moesha, you know, Brandy Norwood is better looking, though, you know, than this person here. Let me tell you, though, man. Woo, man. Boy, I done seen some pretty hideous in my lifetime. I don't even have to go to the zoo, man. Shoot, boy, I tell you, man. Boy, what the, whoa, hell no, man. Oh, no, I just can't do it, though, y'all. I can't do it.
Oh, hell no.
Looking like you said, Deja, looking like leftover roadkill for 3 days, man. I just can't do it, man. Toe up from the flow up. Make me want to throw up, man. I just can't do it, man. I just can't do it. You know, but they be trying to push themselves on to me, boy. Water buffalo and all, you know. Where's my water buffalo sound, man, when I need it? Boy, I tell you, man, I tell you, I just can't do it. I just can't do it, yeah. Brandy was fine. She still is, though. She's still looking good, you know. I got a few black women that's still looking good, but she ain't one of them. No. Won't get my attention. I don't want nothing old but money. That's what I say, boy. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, when they come in this room, I do like to troll them back. You know what I'm saying? Get up under their last nerve or whatever. Because if it wouldn't even bother people like her, she would have pushed on. You know what I'm saying? It was just that simple, you know? Why try to win my affection, you know? I mean, I know I'm looking good and everything. I'm looking like $1 million and stuff, you know? Boy, I tell you, man. Look at that, boy. I don't even understand it, you know? Juicy's big Mike cousin. Yeah, I know. We know who big Mike Michelle Obama, right? I know who you're talking about, boy. What, you know? Boy, I tell you, looking like a giraffe. Boy, I tell you, man, is it a he or is it a she? Boy, is it it? You know, pronouns. Boy, I tell you, man. Boy, that's horrible, man. Boy, even in our finest hour, boy, this is just terrible, man. Make the black man look bad. Boy, I tell you, boy. Where's my animal sounds? I got to get myself some animal sounds, Paul. I got to put that in here, Deja. I got to get those sounds in here, Travis. I got to get some animal sounds in here. That way she bring her big water buffalo butt back in my damn room and stuff like that. Y'all saw Good Times, right? Talking about Bookman, you know. You big water buffalo, you buffalo butt, you know what I'm saying? I think I'm going to start using old buffalo butt, you know what I'm saying? I tell you, man. I gotta get myself an animal sound on here. The next time I go live, y'all, I'm gonna get that animal sound on here, boy. Now that's what I say, because I do love having a good time as well as telling the news and keeping it straight. MAGA all the way for life, man, you know? I ain't heard from her lately. Yeah, the Deja says, Juicy, yeah, and they're them, yep. Travis said, yeah, I know, right? Man, you guys been great today, though, man. Just cooking this guy a little bit, you know, and things. But, you know, like I said, I give him a little bit of respect, though, going on Sean Hannity, because many of people on the left, politicians, they don't want this smoke, man. They are not about this life at all, man. And they want to go in the safe zone, safe spots and stuff. But other than that, though, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wind down. I got to make a living. Yep. Deja says a big old giraffe. You got that right. And I'm going to get that water buffalo sound. Y'all know how water buffaloes, hippopotamuses, I'm going to get it, rhinos. Boy, that hippopotamus got a big old butt. You know what I'm saying? That big butt hippo. I tell you, hungry hippos. Oh, my goodness. What the hell? No.
Oh, hell no.
No, I can't do it. No. Boy, no. I just don't do it. Nope. That big old Just me says, let me read what y'all said here. Travis says, Carmela Harris. I got her sound bite. You already know that, right? Just me says, was the host a MAGA in the 1980s when Reagan used that slang first? You know what? That's a good question, though, you know? That is a good question. That is funny. I know, right? Deja says, camel toe Harris. That's what we call her. Yeah, she loves showing off that camel toe, don't she? Boy, I tell you, boy. Boy. Hell no, Travis says. Hell to the no, to the O.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no. I know, right? No. Yeah, Deja, boy, she over. That's a Paul just laughing, man. We having a good old time today, man. Good old time, man, today. Yeah, I had a roast Shree. I did a live on Shree before and things, but as this guy constantly sticks around, pander to the left, teach them how to be victims, spreading all this other crap, using race baiting and any type of thing that they can sink their teeth in to try to push this Renee Nicole Good and try to make another George Floyd. It's not working, though. The whole story is falling apart, man. It's like putting water on toilet paper, boy. You just watch it dissolve like cotton candy, right? You know how cotton candy just dissolves in your mouth? It gets real sweet and then it's gone, man. 1 minute you happy and the next minute it's just gone, you know? And that's what it reminds me of the Democrats, though. Everything that they touch, it just dissolves. It's a whole big illusion, like an oasis. When you get there, it ain't no water drink. It ain't no water spots. It ain't no place where you can relax in the desert. You just got sand. Nothing but sand, you know? That's all it is with the Democrats, though, you know? 1 minute you think you got something, the next minute it's just a lie. Oh, we didn't do this. Oh, we didn't do that. Just like they've been playing the black community for many years. So people like Juicy is so damn stupid and ignorant that they don't even see that. You look around in your community, in your black inner cities, you ain't got ish, right? This has been the problem, right? because of they failed policies once again, right? They failed us on this educational system with the federal government, right? We've been marginalized, right? We've been disenfranchised. We've been underserved. And then look at it, though. And then they're not even looking at any of that. They're still loving the Democrats' last year draws or panties. Here it is. You know, dirty and all, you know, the whole party is wicked anyway from day one. And they still want a champion. They still love being disrespected. They still love being lied to. They still love to be disenfranchised. It's like, look at the Somalis is doing better than her black ass. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. You know, it looks better for them rocking with the Democrats. At least they got something. But you mean to tell me all these blacks are so damn stupid they can't even get anything in return just for being a Democrat? Boy, it don't make any sense at all. How are we winning being a Democrat? See, can't answer the questions on that. How do you win? Well, what did Trump do? Well, Trump done a lot of things for the whole damn country. And I live in the country, so that means he's doing stuff for me as well, too. Making our borders safer, getting these illegals out of here, right? Brought the Terrorist Act in here and back to this country. All manufacturing all over the world coming to want to do business in America, right? Which means more jobs. You got to train for the AI stuff. But in the future, in a few years, though, we're going to really be rocking and rolling. That's the whole thing. My stocks, I'm talking about my dividends went up. My precious metals went up. And I'm talking about me personally from his policies, talking about Trump. He's been making it great. And I'm sure for a lot of you have been making it great as well, too. We right now are, as like Trump said, we are the hottest, the safest, right, country in the world. And we are on the verge of being on an economic boom, right, which is going to happen. There's going to be a time when we only have to pay taxes at all. Our wealth is being returned back to America. And I do believe that there is gold in the Fort Knox. I don't think it was there before, but I know it's there now. When they do audit that, boy, that's going to be a beautiful thing too. So this woman here don't have a clue on what I'm talking about. And I can always tell because I have dealt with many of these weak, right, sensitive ass liberals, crybabies, right, that can't handle the truth, right? And when I say look at your community, how you've been underserved, disenfranchised, right, let alone, right, look at what's going on over there. You know, everybody in the hood got to take a job out in the suburbs. They over here riding Ubers. A lot of them can't afford no car no more. What the hell is she talking about, right? These are facts. Right? Shit. Insurance is so high, it costs you more in the inner city that you have to pay insurance. This is one of the other reasons they can't afford a car. Repos under Biden. We were at a high 9% interest rate, right? The credit card debt is astronomically high. Once again, Trump is actually petitioning to get a cap for 10% for 1 year, to allow people that owe this debt on credit cards to pay it off, right? And I encourage you, if you got credit card debt, this is an opportunity to pay into the credit card debt. So therefore, you can benefit and get some of this wealth as well, too. It ain't a black thing. It ain't a white thing. It's an American thing, right? We are all Americans. Deja, Paul, right? Travis and others, myself. We are all Americans. The Democrats' rule is over. It's falling apart. They have no say-so no more. They have no leadership. They have no government. It's just them running a mouth. And when I got them, when they come in rooms like myself, the only thing that they can do is insult. That's all they have left. We are getting these illegals out of this country, these illegal ass aliens as fuck. We're getting them out of here, right? And we're cleaning up America. America first. MAGA first. We are here now. We are going. We are here now, and we are here in the future, right? Because here in America, we're Americans, America first. Stand up if you want to put in the comments, America first. And this is exactly what it is. I ain't never heard anybody on the left say American first. They made you a victim. They put shame and blame. If they don't even agree with you, with the Democrats, what I hate about them the most is that they don't accept no new types of thinking whatsoever. No type of ideas. It's either them or nothing at all, which makes them a cult, ladies and gentlemen. Just like in the so-called black community, it is a cult, right? Because once again, you have to do these things or they will ostracize you. And I say this, I would rather be in a community where I can be able to do something or have opportunities, build with people that are willing to build with me. You can't build in an area or a community where they have a cult-like mind thinking, failure mentality, victimhood, and shaming and blaming other blacks. And this is why we got a bunch of black fatigue right now, right? Where people like myself are fed up, right? With their bullshit and their lies, right? They even can't challenge their so-called black leaders. These are grifters. Umar Johnson is a grifter, right? And all the rest of them. Nobody listen to D.L. Hughley. Ain't nobody listening to Ricky Smiley or Steve Harvey or any of these people, right? These people, right now, they're all irrelevant. You don't rock with those people. I don't need a person that's an entertainer to tell me about policy. That's the biggest problem I have with the so-called black community, right? They allow these phony leaders that never did anything for the help for the prominence of black America. It's the opposite. They are on the take. I called them out on what they bullshit, right? This is why they don't have no defense of the stuff that I'm saying. All they know how to do is insult. That's why I say MAGA for life. We got the greatest president in the world, which is Donald J. Trump. That's how you know there's a God and God loves America. They have nothing, right, at all. They have nothing. And I love roasting them, too. They come in here, I love clowning and trolling them. I troll them better than they try to troll me, right? So I thank you guys for being a part of something great. And I said, man, they have nothing. They are going to lose in the midterms. We're already seeing the ratings already and things like that. They thought this Nicole was going to turn into George Floyd. It ain't got no traction. Now, need not to worry. It ain't going to be another George Floyd. And if it does, Trump going to sign the Insurgency Act. And we're going to catch their ass and lock them up from their leaders, from the governor, and from the mayor. All of them going to get their ass locked up and get out of power. So try it. I dare you. I double dare you. I double dare you over there in Minnesota or anywhere else. I double dare you to go against the order of the president and see what happens. See what happens, because you ain't got no might. You cannot fight against the military. That's a fact. They just in here talking, right? You ain't seen nothing yet. Even in Chicago, those ninjas had to back down. Memphis, Tennessee, those ninjas back down. Washington, D.C., those ninjas back down, right? And people like Juicy is going to back down because they ain't got no power. It just got their big fat mouth. That's all you got to do. Pull away from the table, sweetie, and get your ass on that treadmill and work it out like everybody else, boy. And maybe you can get somebody that'll look at you, boy. Until then, boy, I don't want to be nowhere near you, boy. Boy, big water buffalo butt. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my goodness, man. That's why I say, man, I'm telling you, for you guys that are single, the best peace on earth is just sometimes you got to be by yourself unless you get a woman that understands what a man wants. We just want peace, right? This motherfucker right here, you'll end up going to the hospital. You ain't going to live too long, man. You're going to be grayed out. She going to be on your ass like white on rice, man. There's no peace with her, man. Well, I tell you, man, it's out of control. Oh, man.
Hell no.
Oh, hell no. Boy, I tell you, boy, it's just a losing battle with them. You can't win with them, man, And I don't even try, though, because like I said, we are in the position. We have the leverage. They do not. It's just a fact. We have the leverage, ladies and gentlemen. They do not have the leverage. That's what I'm saying, boy. I tell you. It's all good. You can record them streams and all the rest of this stuff, and you can make me I'm not upset by it. What you do is go give me more visibility. I take that with an honor. I really do. It ain't like this the first time this has happened, Juicy. You know, you can thumb me down as many times, man. You know, you say, girl, shut the fuck. Yo, you talking about Deja? Oh, man, what's wrong? Why you don't like Deja? What's wrong? What did Deja do? Down with the Democrats. Oh, you can't handle Deja? Just as a black woman right here that's a MAGA. I mean, what? The sisterhood ain't working no more? Is that what it is? The sisterhood ain't working no more? No, the sisterhood ain't working because they done got tired of it. We're not getting nothing from the sisterhood. We getting a lot of stuff from Trump. Sisterhood can't change policy. President can. If you were smart, Juicy, you'll be aligning yourself with the president to get stuff done. But while you hating him and going against him, none of your people that you voted for cannot push policy. Even Jasmine Hood Rat Crockett. Look at her. She being redistricted right up out of her damn district. And she insulted a lot of those Hispanic people. Do you think the people in Mexico, Texas, there's a lot of Latinos over there, right? I got Latinos that rock with me over here that's MAGA. Jasmine ain't going nowhere. She's she's been losing ever since she's been redistricted. See, you're laughing, but it's the truth. It's just a fact. She ain't got nowhere to go. She don't have enough people. She won't win anything. Try to run for Senate. It won't happen. She's not going to happen. Y'all don't have the jerry rigging anymore. Gerrymandering that y'all were doing, we took that away and corrected that in Texas. Shout out to Greg Abbott. Boy, I tell you, Greg Abbott, boy, the governor of Texas. I tell you, boy, that's what I'm saying, though, you know. Why are you all so upset? Who you talking about? What are you talking about, Deja? She's not upset. I'm not upset. Why would I be upset, Juicy? You're the one that's upset. You're the one that's been on this thing for almost damn near 45 minutes. You're the one that's upset. Why should I be upset? Y'all can't deal with Trump. Trump been kicking y'all ass ever since he's been the president again, right? And beyond. You ain't got nothing for him. I just say stand down, though, Juicy. I know black women don't like to stand down, but you got to stand down, you know? You know, we don't need any type of herd of water buffaloes trying to run in here, trying to be disruptive and stuff like that. Stand down, turn back, and go back the other way. That's all you have to do. Boy, I tell you, boy. Boy, that big water buffalo. I tell you, boy. Oh, man. Oh,
hell no.
No, I can't do it. But one thing for sure is, and let's go ahead on and get it again. She come in here. Oh, stand down my Nick. Oh, my goodness. Y'all see this? Oh, my goodness, boy. It's okay, Juicy. Juicy, it's okay. Just stand down, Juicy. Oh, man. Boy, oh, man. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right, though. I'm just some random dude, man. Boy, I tell you, go watch MSDNC. Yeah, go watch the MSDNC. Yeah, I know, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's going to be all right, though, Juicy. It's going to be all right, you know, because we got a man over here. You entertainment. Yeah, I am. I do entertain very well, you know. I sure do. I stand-up comic, too, you know. I sure do. You know, I do. I got to have some fun. Every time I go live, I have fun, you know, even with trolls, you know. I do enjoy doing it. I am an entertainer, you know. But like I said before, you know, what's it? Deja says, what's that? The person says, hello, says the old crying insult still stings after 4 years. It does. You're right about that. Yep. Deja says Juicy is mad because it can't touch its toes. Yeah, you gotta be in good shape to touch them toes, you know. You're right about that. But what we're gonna talk about is also it's about this you know, if they don't get their act together once again over there in Minneapolis in the Twin Cities, y'all know the soldiers, this is coming. Boy, I tell you though, boy, it's coming. is coming, man, by the thousands, though. Boy, they ready to go. They're about to be deployed. Boy, they coming, boy. They coming, boy. This ain't Hogan's Heroes either. I know, right? Oh, my goodness, boy. Let me see here. Look at these comments here. Paul says, Deja laughing her behind off. Juicy is, ha, 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 ha. Just Me says, Democrats are the party of cult. They really are because they're the minority group. They always have been. The vote blue no matter who and how they got picked by Democrat Party, not by buying the people, right? This is exactly what it is. They just says, Juicy the water buffalo. Yeah, that's something else, right? Oh, man, it's so true. They just says, Paul, laughing. Let me see here. I'm calling you Vid and things, but he has here Matthew chapter 5:20 says, read Romans 13, 8, and 10. Yep. I'm going to have to read Romans and see what it says. I mean, I know some scriptures of the Bible. I'm not a stranger of it, but I'll look at it. Hello says, he's so stupid. He think using cry as an insult for years stings. Not the sharpest coat. Yeah, most of them are not the sharpest coat, though. You right about that. Hello. Paul just laughing. I'm going to entertain y'all, too. I'm an entertainer, you know. I crack up people. Boy, Travis says, wash them clothes, you know. Wash them clothes. Wash them. You know, Vid says, Matthew chapter 5, verse 20 says, read Romans. Yeah, you told me before. Juicy says, shut the up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Juicy, I thought you weren't bothered by it, you know? I thought, baby, I thought you were okay. It's okay. Juicy, you want some McDonald's, Juicy? I mean, we're going to get you some McDonald's, baby. It's okay, baby. Baby, we're going to get you some McDonald's. Okay? That's okay. Get it out. Get it out. You want a pacifier? You want a pacifier, you know? We get it all out. Baby hungry? Baby hungry, you know? I don't know. Did we change you already, you know? Don't seem wet down there, so that's a good sign. We get you some McDonald's, you know? You poop later, you know? Hello says, cults have cult leaders. Dipshit. Oh, he's throwing shade. Was this supposed to, hello? Is this supposed to be against our favorite president we all love and know? It's Donald J. Trump. He's the greatest president of all time, though, you know? He's going to go down in history. You can't beat him. You may as well join him. You can't beat him. You can't beat him. Stop with this insanity. You can't beat Trump. You can't beat MAGA. Haven't you learned by now, right? Simon says, Obama deported more illegals than the president in history. No one else protested. You're absolutely correct. And I'm glad you brought that back up. I got receipts here on what Obama did, right? But again, it's an operation. It's a criminal operation. Of course, they're not going to go after Obama like this because Obama is part of their corrupt system, right? Even though you are telling the truth, he has deported way more illegal immigrants, which we call illegal aliens, right? Out of this country than ever before, than what Trump did, right? It wasn't no resistance at all. See the hypocrisy from the left? It's idiots that come in here, and I bet you they didn't even know that until I had to bring it up. Maybe one day I'll bring it up on a receipt, and we'll have how Obama been also talking about it, you know? He prided himself on that, though. That's one thing in his legacy that I did like with his policy is the mass deportation. And I stand corrected. I ain't going to say Obama didn't do anything. He definitely did that, and which makes him what President Trump is actually doing. Berserk says no foreign-born people should be in political office. Berserk, I'm in agreement with you, man. Berserk. Yeah, I'm in agreement with you, man. Yep, I am in agreement. We should not have any of them in our political office at all. This is why we want them out of here, because they don't hold, as I mentioned earlier, they don't hold the allegiance of the United States of America. And this is a major problem. You already know this, Berserk. You already know this, though, too, you know. Hello. I've dealt with, you can't troll me, and I'm going to do you like I do Juicy, though. I'm going to put both of y'all over my lap and make sure I get the belching out, though, because I don't know, I think you're hungry, We're going to go over to McDonald's in a minute. Once I get finished, though, you and Juicy, we're going to get y'all in the back seat. We're going to go over there to McDonald's, and get you a Happy Meal. Both of you going to get a nice little Happy Meal, right? And things like that. So, yeah, it's going to be all good. Travis says, they shall not lie, thy shall not steal. Yeah, too bad they don't believe. Most of them are atheists on the left. They don't believe in the Bible. They're not Christians. They're atheists. A lot of them are, though, to be really honest, over there on the left, though. They're not. It's godless people, man. This is why they're getting so much hell now. For all the ish that they've been doing against God-fearing people in this country. Just Me says, Democrats, the party of the elite, which is true. Biden was going to run again until George told him, and the Democrats, they need to switch and things. So you talking about, you said they need to switch, Democrats and elites. You might have to elaborate on that a little bit more. Just Me, you may have to elaborate on that a little bit more, because the one person I can think of is George Soros, right? Let me see here. Paul says, Juicy mad as hell. I know she is, though, Paul. She really is, man. She gets so mad and angry, especially when she don't get no attention, Yeah, nice, sexy black man like myself, oh boy, burns her up, man, to see me as MAGA. Got my black, dark MAGA cap on today. I usually have the red one, though, but I got the black one, too. I got different colors. Berserk says, says the libtard that supported child mutilation. Yeah, they support that, too. You got grown-ass women that support that type of nonsense. I covered that in the No Kings thing, man. Had 20K, man, one day. Boy, I tell you, man. And I was over there. Boy, I was smoking, boy. I was smoking, But, yeah, Paul, yeah, you got the baby bottle. Yeah, because that's what they need. They're a little colic. Yeah, these babies are a little colic today. Go ahead and make sure. Yeah, it's going to be all right, though, on the Democrat side. You ain't going to win the midterms, and that's okay, though. Be lucky that you still live in America. Be lucky that the MAGA people are not as crazy as you guys are. Can you imagine, though, we own more firearms? Boy, y'all are very lucky. Boy, if we was crazy like that, boy, we'd have your ass under house arrest, let alone. A lot of you, you don't want it like that. That ain't what you want. No. But we are God-fearing people on the right. We love God and country, you know what I'm saying? Second Amendment rights, freedom of speech, Constitution. We all for that, though, We don't bother nobody. We ain't for big government, and we don't want overreaching government telling us what the F to do. We do not. We stand against it, and we still do. But only socialist, communist people, they want big government. They love to be a communist, So you're not going to win, though. You're wasting your time in the room, though. It's okay. You done lost. You can't win the midterms. The voter rolls are being cleaned up in every 50 state. And I'm afraid for you that the Death Star is going to be quite operational. Oh, man, I had to do the Star Wars reference. Darth Sidious. I had to do it. I had to do it, though, Boy, I tell you, man, the Death Star is going to be quite operational. It really is, though. So therefore, you have no footing, you have no leadership, right? And you have no party, because we're going to take this thing down, make sure that y'all don't ever come up, ever again. Yeah, spelled correctly, idiot. Oh, my God. There's that water buffalo again. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh. Let me see here. Juicy is angry. I know what you meant. Yeah, she is. Well, she gets a little beside herself, though, But that's okay. We're going to get her some Happy Meals, though. I don't hate her, though, because I don't know her to hate her, and things like that. But I know what you meant. Everybody makes some mistakes, though, Juicy. Even I do typos every now and then. Don't make him an idiot. You on the losing team, baby. How they said, oh, baby, you on the losing team, baby. That's how they say it, though, Paul. You need a cock, girl. Oh man, you can't come after Deja like that. Man, Deja, you see how beautiful Deja looking, man. Deja get dates even on her worst day, and I don't even know her. Photo like that? Are you kidding me? Shoot. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, ain't no problem. You could see her collarbones. You know, I wish I could see your collarbones, but I could see her collarbones alone. I tell you, boy, you know, the women on the right, they're just hotter, you know. They're better looking, right? A lot of them are married. They don't have no problems with no man. That's all. So I'm going to tell you, fellas, man, you guys need to get yourself a conservative woman. You don't want no liberal, the bull ring in her nose, different color hair. Boy, that's just bad, you know. She going to stand up for every rights but your rights in the bedroom. Boy, I tell you, man. What the? Oh, man. Oh, hell no. Hell no, boy, you know. But it's okay, though. You libs, it's okay, though. You guys are not going to be able to win the midterms. And it's okay. You're not going to win. You know, come on over on the Trump train. Come now before it's too late. You know, right now, we got plenty of room on the Trump train. Whoop, whoop. Come on and ride this train. It's the Trump train. Whoop, whoop. We got plenty of room, though, you know? Yep. The devil is a Democrat. I like Tom McDonald, too. Shout out to Tom McDonald, man. The devil is a Democrat, you know? He have horns. He have fangs. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm just saying, though, man. So you need to get with the winning team. Quit that loser and get with a winner, and that is Donald J. Trump. Quit that loser and get with a winner. You know what I'm saying? Donald J. Trump, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you. Boy, yeah, so people like, hello and all this other stuff, yeah, them guys are gone, man. Their mind is all gone. You ain't no liberating these people, man. Look at my room, man. They all banging on y'all, man. Didn't you know you're fighting a losing war? This is MAGA. This is the MAGA country, right? This is under Trump's leadership. This is Trump's America now. This ain't Joe Biden. This ain't Obama. Those are old relics. Soon they're going to be in prison. Obama is going to be going to jail and prison, right? This is how it goes, you know? We're going to have Comey and all the rest of them locked up. Big Mama Letice James and all the rest of them, you know, all of them going to prison, you know? It's going to happen sooner or later. It's inevitable. We can't stop it, right? I can't stop it. But since they have attacked it, Trump said, I'm the hunter now, right? And they don't like it, right? Boy, tampon Tim, balls to the walls. That's what I call him, boy. Feed that baby. Yeah, Travis, I'm going to feed that baby, boy. Because that baby, they just up in here. Boy, I tell you, look at that. Boy, I tell you, man, it's just so fun, right? I mean, first time we got JFK Jr., boy, doing the thing. But it's okay, babies. Babies, it's okay. My Democrat babies, boy, I'm going to take them to McDonald's once I get done with this live feed. Y'all going to go over there to McDonald's. Yep. But I got to get on out of here, though, man. The Democrats are communists. Yeah, you got that right, Deja. You guys are all correct, man. You guys are all correct on this thing, though. It's just so easy to troll the liberals. Libtards is what we like to call them, because they don't have nothing. They don't stand on truth. They are liars. They are deceit. And the thing about it, what's really worse, is you got black women and black men that come in my room trying to big up and trying to insult me and try to keep me to go back on the Democratic slave plantation. You know what I'm saying? And it's not going to happen, though. The modern day slave catchers, right? If that ain't a turncoat, old sellout, old bootlicking, old whatever, I don't know what is, you know? It sure is. Boy, I tell y'all, boy. Yeah, but yeah, they're a big waste of time here, though. And like I said, I don't pretty much do a whole lot of booting, because there's nothing in here that they can do that's going to be of a threat, because all they doing is saying, hey, I want to keep the political lying ass, distilling ass machine. They want to keep it going, though. The one that have ripped us off for years for our taxes and stuff, they've been purposely making Americans sick and pushing drugs, pushing the phony effed up Obama. Oh man, Obamacare. Oh my, don't get me started, man. Don't get me started on Obamacare, boy. I tell you, man, they have nothing, man. All of it is being exposed. Nowhere to run, nowhere to go. We call it in the chess game checkmate. And I know a lot of them on the left know how to play checkers. They don't know nothing about checkmate, meaning that you can't go anywhere. The king can't go here. The king can't go there. He can't move forward. He can't move backwards. He can't move diagonal because he has been checkmate. And once you've been checkmate, that means that you have been conquered. And that's what we're doing on the left, is what we're conquering the corruption. And these idiots, one thing about it, when Trump brings back these mental asylums, guess who we're going to be putting in? We got to put these small minority group of these libs like Juicy and this hello. They're going to be going to the insane asylum, man. That's what has to happen with them. We're going to put them in there, and we're going to get them right, because they have been years of being programmed, and we got to deprogram them in order for them to come back into the society, because they're going to be a harm to themselves or a harm to other people because of their hatred, right? Their outright hatred, you know, and we got to bring it back. No matter how much that they cry, you know, we got to bring the insane asylum back so we can go ahead and put them in there, you know. We got to go ahead on and lock them on up in there, though. Yep, there's a place for you, Juicy and hello. There's a place for you, and you are going to go in there. You know, once we crush the Democratic Party, you're going to go into that insane asylum where you belong. So therefore, you can get the care that you need mentally, you know. Therefore, we better put programming on about the wonderful things that Trump is doing. Trump good, Democrat bad, you know. Trump good, Democrat bad, you know. It's years of programming, you know. You have nowhere to go. You just have nowhere to go, baby. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the likes, too. You guys been rocking with me with the likes. I appreciate the likes, you know. So, yeah, boy, I tell you, but we control the narrative. We're going to do not only just having the majority control of the House and Senate and the primaries. We have a great time right now where we're going to have the red wave, red kingdom, you know what I'm saying, to come in there, and we're going to overtake the House, Senate, get those rhinos out of here, Republican in name only. We're going to get their ass out of here as well, too. And it's going to be a beautiful thing. It's going to be a beautiful world again. But I'm going to go ahead on and sign off. I got to get going. I got to go out here and get out here and make it happen like the captain and work. But other than that, you guys have been great. I'm going to read the comments offline. That's what I love about this new format. For those that I did not cover and things. But yeah, I did a lot of roasting today with Sri, toupee wearing Tandadar, you know, over here uglying up Detroit like this, boy, and all of Michigan, man. Shoot, this is horrible, man. What the, boy, I tell you. Sri, we got to go ahead and get you out of here. We're going to get you out of Congress, and then we're going to deport you back over there to South India. Therefore, you can get in that political system over there and fix South India. South India needs you. Somali, too, for Ilhan Umar and Omar Fatah. And all. Boy, that boy got a big old head, like, boy, big old bulb, like a light bulb. That big old cranium. He should be some of the smartest people on the planet with that big old cranium. Got all that big old brain mass like that. Make him a zombie want to eat they behind up, I tell you, boy. Brains, you know, he ain't got no brains, but just a big cranium. That's it, boy. Talk about E.T., talk about the Greys. You ain't got to believe in no aliens. There is aliens, and that's them. Illegal aliens. I tell you. And those are the ones that are here right now with that big old forehead, boy. I tell you, only a forehead that a mama can't love, boy. That's some, oof. I tell you what, oh, man. But other than that, though, you guys have been great. I appreciate it, you know. Yeah, the Democrats are about divide and conquer. It's not working no more. And pretty soon, they are going to be toast, though, you know. And Tone, too. Boy, I got smoke for you. The next time you come in here, I got smoke for you, just like I've been over here ripping and tearing these and capping on them, clowning on these other ones trying to troll. I troll better than they do, you know what I'm saying? Oh, man, you think it's going to happen? A person that got a dog up on their profile, and I love animals, boy, but what type of person is you, boy? You won't show your face? Be a man at least and put a photo up of your face. Don't put your dog on the front line, you know, you filthy mutt, you. Boy, I tell you, boy, who needs a shower? Who needs a bath, boy? Boy, I got to go out here and spade or neuter you, boy. I don't know which one I'm going to do to you next time I see you in here and stuff, Toe. I'm going to have to go ahead and get you spaded or neutered. What type of gender are you, male or female? So I got to cover down both, boy. I tell y'all, man. I'll tell you, boy, I'm just having a good old time today, boy. I always have a good old time. I tell you, boy. Trump, yeah, I tell y'all, man. Yeah, berserk Trump, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys, man, and subscribing as well, man. I really do. I'm trying to keep it very entertaining because, you know, you can just hit with facts. It's just some channels be so boring, man. And I'm not really a news channel, even though I will talk about things that are happening that affect us as Americans. No matter if you're black, white, we all Americans. Stop putting, I know white people don't do this, but blacks got to learn, I'm an African American. No, you American, man. You were born here, makes you an American. Let's go. Let's win, guys. We're all in this together. Black, white, and other. America first. America great. Let's make America great again, right? In fact, I got that too. Where's my other thing? Hold on for a minute. Where you at? I got Trump too, though. I'm about to really piss him off now. Hold on, y'all. I got something for him, man. Hold on for a minute. I know how to troll now, right? And this is why I love my little sound bites. Where you at? All right, hold on for a minute. I got this.
Problem is that our leaders are dumb.
They really are, aren't they, Trump? Well, they just love Trump's voice, don't they? Hold on for a minute. Oh, yeah, here we go. I got it. All right, got it. Sorry about that.
We will make America great again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. You hear that, though, Juicy? And hello?
We will make America great again.
We're going to make it great again. Don't you? They just love Trump voice, don't they?
We will make America great again.
Yeah, say it with me now. Before I get you in that sane asylum, I'm going to program you right now on this channel.
We will make America great again.
Say it with me now. Say it with me. Say it with me now. You know what I'm saying?
We will make America great again.
Come on now, right? I tell you, though. One more time, though. One more time, you know. One more time.
We will make America great again.
There we go. Yeah, so we don't give a damn about your pronouns. We don't give a damn about your multiple genders. There's only two genders, one male and one female. You're going to learn to live with it. You're going to like it, and you're going to love it, or get out of America. Because you know why?
We will make America great again.
That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. This is our president that we voted for, MAGA.
We will make America great again.
That's right. We're going to make it great again, boy, I tell you. So I'm about to log off and sign off, guys. It's been fun delivering the news, roasting Sri Tanadar. I'm going to do Jasmine Hood Rat Crockett next. I'm going to roast her behind on one of my next ones. I'm going to get her. I'm going to get her. Boy, watch, you're going to be sending a lot of black women. They're going to be mad as hell. But I ain't worried about that, though, because we got plenty of smoke for them, too. And anybody else, they can get it, too, you know?
We will make America great again.
You right about that, Paul. You know what I'm saying? We are all MAGA, and they're going to like it or love it, or they can get out of America. You ain't got to be here. Go over there to Somalia and these other places since you love them so much. Go where these foreigners are. Take your butt back to Mexico. Take your butt back over there to Haiti. Take your butt back over here to these other African nations and Eastern nations. Go and get your butt over there. Get to stepping, you know. Get to moving, right? What's taking you so long? Get to packing. Get to stepping. Step. You know what I'm saying?
We will make America great again.
I just love hearing that, boy. That's our president once again, ladies and gentlemen. Donald J. Trump, the greatest president we ever had in our lifetime. And once again, I feel really, really good. This is who I voted for. I voted for this, right? And you and we are never ashamed about being MAGA. Stay MAGA, stay strong, my people. I love you all. And even the people out there that are moderates too, we love you too. Because without you guys, You know, we went in there to put President Trump in the seat, though, Mel. I tell you, man. And we will win the midterms. Make sure you tell your other friends to show up so we can show out. We're going to kick these liberal, lying, cheating, low-down ass liberals. We're going to run them right out of power, man. You know, Hillary Clinton and all of them, we're going to see their ass in silver bracelets and handcuffs, her and her husband, and Obama too. We're going to get all of their ass in jail, right, where they belong. Awesome show. I appreciate it, though, Paul. Thank you, man. I'm always an entertainer at first, man. I always like entertaining people, you know. So, yeah, let me go ahead and get on out of here. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful night, and I got to get going. Peace and chicken grease. I'm out.